Want to shop Walmart Black Friday deals first? Walmart Plus members get early access to our hottest deals. Join now and get 50% off a 1-year annual membership. Shop Black Friday deals first with Walmart Plus. See terms at walmartplus.com.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanos. This is episode 386, season 16. Today's date is November 26, 2024, and welcome to the show. On today's program, we're going to do a special program, and it's our Thanksgiving episode. So this will be a lot of fun. What I'm going to do is I found 3 ads that show restaurants that don't longer exist, and they had Thanksgiving dinners, and they were open at the time. The first ad is from 1964. That was about 60 years ago, and 2 are from 1974, 50 years ago. So this will be a lot of fun. Also, I'll talk a little bit about my Thanksgiving memories. I have done this before on previous podcast episodes, so I'll do it again. Okay. Right now, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Butterball Turkey from 1984. It's a famous one. I posted this before, and it's a classic. And I remember watching this particular commercial all throughout the 80s, and they repeated it, and it's so funny. So, just sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
Remember, Harry, it's Marion's first holiday turkey, not a word if it's dry.
Do I have to eat the turkey if it's dry?
Uh-huh.
It's her first turkey.
It won't be juicy.
What they don't know is Marion's first turkey is America's first turkey, Butterball. It's always juicy because it's specially deep basted, so every slice is moist and tender.
Juicy turkey, Marion.
I knew it would be.
America's first turkey, Butterball, also available fresh.
Okay, everyone, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Butterball Turkey. This is from 1984. It's Marion's first turkey, and not a word that it's dry. You have that old lady at the end, it won't be juicy. And then, at the end of the commercial, she said, I knew it wouldn't be. I think I had a relative like that, or a friend of my mom's. Oh, it's so funny. But, that's kind of, how would I say this? If you're invited to someone's house and they're cooking their first turkey, we don't know how it'll turn out. Most likely not good or spectacular. So we'll see. To tell you the truth, I've only been invited out twice to people's houses. This is in the 70s, a long time ago. But my mom's cooked every year since then, ever since I was a kid, when I was a baby. And she's still going to do that Thursday. What's special about it is my brother from California, who retired, is going to spend Thanksgiving with us for the first time in 20 years. He didn't come because of the flights, and it's crazy. We felt kind of sad, but he's looking forward to it, and so are we. So it's going to be beautiful. Excuse me. So that'd be nice. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the commercial. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about, I have 3 Thanksgiving ads. They're from the Chicago Tribune, and they featured restaurants that no longer exist. And I'll read off of those, and maybe you remember them or have some vague recollection of them. So it'll be fun. Also, I'll talk about my Thanksgiving memories. I'll do that first. Before I get started, if you notice something on Facebook, well, on my account yesterday, that on Marcus Shock on Channel 9, who does, the trendy news and the roller coasters, he's holding a snow globe. And I sent that to him. Here's the story why I sent it to him. I have a friend who lives in Cleveland. I grew up with him. He lived in Chicago and moved away there. He emailed me and said that he's going to move out of his house. He's going to downsize. He's going to a smaller place. He's not feeling well. And he had a lot of stuff. And he asked me, would I like the snow globe from Cedar Point Park? It's an amusement park, not too far from there. It's on Sandusky, Ohio. They got the tallest roller coasters and all that. And I said, yeah, but I got a lot of snow globes in my house, especially around Christmas. But I know one particular person that would love this. So I asked him, please send it to me and I'll pay for it. He goes, no, I will not pay for it. He's very generous. I haven't seen him in 20 years, so I'm always feeling better. So he shipped it to me, and then I received it, and then what do you know? I shipped it to WGN, and attention to Marcus, because he talks about this all the time. I never told him, not right around the time it was arriving. So I sent him a message, said, I am sending you something. I didn't tell him what it was. And he got it. It arrived at WGN last week around Thursday or Friday, but he didn't get it yet. And he got it yesterday, and he posted it on social media that he received it and he's holding it. That made my day. That was nice. And I sent him a personal message telling him, I'm glad you got it, and I hope you enjoyed it. And then he sent back and said, thank you very much. This meant a lot to me. That was nice. I feels good, He was very appreciative. He's a nice guy. So we talk every now and then, So it's good. Sometimes when you want to do something nice for someone, it feels good. It really does, I sent him a letter and explained everything about it. So that's how I am. I take my generosity from my mother. My brothers are that way too. We're very generous people. We always help out each other. My brother's so generous. He pays things for me. He shouldn't do that. I got money, but he does that. So that's how it is. It runs in the family. Okay. Now, I'm going to talk about my memories of Thanksgiving very, briefly. Well, not briefly. We'll see. As long as I can remember when I was a little kid, Thanksgiving Day is so quiet and nice, and you remember the smell of Thanksgiving cooking, from your mom. So you smell the first thing I smell of, is sweet potatoes. When she makes those, the aroma's all over the house, and it's delicious, and I can't describe it. It's like an aphrodisiac in a way. It's so good. She makes it, she was taught to make the turkey from my dad's aunt. She was staying there at the time. She never knew about Thanksgiving because she lived in Greece and they don't celebrate it. And she showed her when she was living there for about a year. And my mom loved the holiday. Yeah, she loved it. And then she started cooking when she moved away with my father. And then I was born and my brothers came. We always had people over, not often. Not really. It's just us, just the five of us. And she would make the traditional turkey, the stuffing. She makes ground beef with chestnuts, and it's delicious. Some people like bread, bread or oysters or apples. I don't know. sometimes stuffing doesn't come out right. The sausages like that. Depends on the recipe, whatever anyone. Depends on the person. And then she makes sweet potatoes, but she also makes Greek style potatoes. My brother's favorite. I have a couple, a few, and we have sweet potatoes. So that's too many potatoes for me, but that's okay. We never start with the cranberry sauce until later on, like in the 80s. My mom never bought it, never bothered. I don't know why. The funny thing is, my aunt, when she was alive, she brought a can, and she says, I brought you cranberry sauce. I said, oh, okay. So my mom opened the can, and she served it out the Ocean Spray. Like, the can. It was good. I love that. When you make homemade, it is good, but I don't like it lumpy. That's how I know I'm fussy that way. But it's very sweet. But it's once a year. It's no big deal. But it's ready to serve. You open a can, put it on a platter, and put it on the table and slice. And usually it's left over, because I don't want to eat too much. It's too sweet. The only people that eat it was me and my other brother. But one time we had company and it was gone the same day. So that's good. So over the years, it's just the five of us. Then my dad passed away and wasn't the same. But my mom continued to cook, and she will. But she's getting older, and I will try to help her, but she's very critical. Yeah, so like that. She has a system. Okay. She's like a time clock with that. Okay. So, but we're not buying like a big turkey, with a leg and a thigh. We're just going to buy a breast, that's easier to cook, and it's very small. So there's enough for us, and then leftovers, of course. Of course, we'll buy the pumpkin pie. In the beginning, we never bought that, but we did recently. No, not recent. Maybe, I don't know, 20 years. I didn't like it at first, but now I love it. Oh, I can have it all the time. Usually with Cool Whip or not. Depends like that. So it's good. I like that. Of course, traditionally in Thanksgiving, you watch the football game or you watch a movie. For the past few years, they have the International Dog Show, which I love watching. I will watch that. That's kind of fun. My brothers can watch the football. They could do that. So, like I said before, it is my favorite holiday. Second is Christmas. I really do. It's beautiful time. People gather around. You hear stories about people arguing or have a difference of opinion, or that's awful. I mean, come on. Be a little respectful. I mean, we don't talk about topics that don't belong at the dinner table. Jeez. Talk about pleasant things, what's going on with your life, like that. That's what makes a Thanksgiving dinner beautiful. It really does, But, people invite relatives they don't like or can't stand or tolerate. So I can understand that. So we'll see. So I guess that's it for memories of Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Right now, I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, I'm going to read off the Thanksgiving ads from restaurants that are no longer around. So sit back and relax, everyone, and I'll be right back. Thank you. Okay, everyone, I'm back. Right now, I'm going to read off some ads that featured restaurants that no longer exist. Yeah, if there's some that are still around, I'll skip them. And they have, they're open. They were open, and they had Thanksgiving dinners. And, you make reservations and you go there. So I'm going to read off 3 ads. They're very short. Let's see. The first one will be from the first one will be from 1964. The other two will be 1974. So here we go. Okay, the first one, this is printed on November 21st, 1964. Okay, and let's see what we got. They had an ad for, it was called the Del Prado Hotel. That was at 53rd Street and Lakeshore Drive. That's in the Hyde Park area. The second one is the Black Hawk restaurant, Don Ross. And that's a very famous restaurant at the time with the spinning salad. And I heard the food was excellent. I never went there. Never. Now, here's something unusual. Do you remember Jimmy Wong's? One was on Wabash Avenue, and they had a second location on West Peterson, on the north side. It was a Chinese restaurant, but they served Thanksgiving turkey. Okay. And if you wanted Chinese food, fine. Okay. That sounds good. Also, they had the Pickle Barrel. And this one was from, let's see the address real quick, and I'll tell you. It was at 1423 North Wells Street in the Old Town neighborhood. And they call it a brunch. I don't know what it means. So they had it like a buffet. With that, they had a Schmierzeborg, ham and eggs, that's a strange menu for Thanksgiving. The next one was called Cool Winds. That's located at 4232 West North Avenue. You get a free dinner. It was a coupon. Next one was the Tally Ho restaurant, not the one in Fort City. This one was in Park Ridge, and they had that. Also, they had a place called the Heritage Room. Let's see what that means. That was located in Des Plaines. Okay. Then they had another place called the Imperial Inn. That's let's see where it was located. It was on 506 West Harrison Avenue. So Harrison Street, I guess. The other one was the Gold Lion. That's located at Clinton and Jackson. Also, Armand's Restaurant. Let me see where that was. That was near the Hillside Theater in Hillside, Illinois. They had a smorgasbord. The other one is Ireland's. Do you remember that restaurant? Oyster House. They had an old-fashioned turkey dinner, for sale. I mean, if you want to do that. Here's another one. Here's Klaus. You remember the famous Bohemian restaurant, the Czech restaurant that was at 5734 West Cermak Road? The buildings has torn down since, which is a shame because that was beautifully architectured, and it's terrible what happened to it. Okay. Next is the Flying Carpet restaurant that was on Mannheim and Higgins. Okay. Let's see what else. Also, the Sabre Room. Everyone misses the Sabre Room. That was in Hickory Hills. So that was fun. Also, there was an ad for Dimitri's Restaurant. Now, this one, my mom had my brother's baptism reception there. It's on 79th Street and South Shore. And they had Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving was open, and you could have dined there. Next, let's see what else we have here. They had Pete's Restaurant. It was located 535 North Wells. Next is the Banana Steakhouse at 93rd and I think 94th in Cicero in Oak Lawn. I missed that place. That's wonderful. Next one is Kungsholm Scandinavia Restaurant at 100 East Ontario. A lot of people remember this restaurant. And then it turned into Laurie's restaurant, and then it's been closed since 2020. It's a shame. I've never been there. I wanted to go, but it's with the puppets like that. This one is called Haggerty's. I think it's Haggerty's. Yeah, I think it's still there. Maybe. I don't know. That's 47 West Peterson Avenue. The other one is I'll skip this one. This one is Surf and Surrey. That was located on Western Avenue. And let's see what else. The Sabre Room and Cafe Bohemia. Oh, that one. Not only served turkey, but they had like wild game, like deer, venison, all kinds of weird stuff. It was a very unusual restaurant. I hope they had turkey then. I guess. I don't know. There was another restaurant called the Cutlass. That was North Avenue and Manheim Road. And another one was called Rogers Restaurant, and that was at the corner of Madison and Wells in the Loop. Okay. Next up, we got the next one. Let me get the dates real quick. Okay. The next two ads are from the Chicago Tribune, also the one previous. It's from November 23rd, 1974. So I'll read that one really quick. And there were, let's see. Oh, here we go. That's it. So it was 2 pages, but they're very small. They're not that many. The first one is the Golden Flame that was located on the northwest side of Chicago, 6417 West Higgins Road. They had a complete Thanksgiving dinner. It was $5.95 adult, $3.95 for a child under 12, and you get a complimentary bottle of wine. That sounds nice. Also, they had a traditional buffet dinner, Thanksgiving. Excuse me. At the Marriott Motor Hotel, that's at the Kennedy and Cumberland Avenue. I don't know if it's still there. Probably not. And then the next one, I can't pronounce his name. The word of this restaurant. It's Henrizi's. Henrizi's, yeah. They had one downtown, and they had one on the northwest suburbs. And they had a buffet and a complete turkey dinner. And this was located at 6600 Manheim Road in Des Plaines, Illinois. Okay, let's start. Okay, then the other restaurants that were on the side, on the left, is the Back Door that was on Roosevelt Road, just west of Route 59. It's out in the suburbs. Shanghai Lil's, you remember that restaurant? That was on North Milwaukee Avenue, around Foster or Bryn Mawr. Let's see what else we got. Also at the Thanksgiving at the Hyatt Regency Hotel. I think it's still there. They had the Pick Congress. I don't know what that is. That's Michigan and the Eisenhower. Okay. Topper's Country Place. Now, Topper's restaurant was in the Austin neighborhood. I think about Lake or Austin, bordering Oak Park. But they moved to Wheeling on Milwaukee Avenue. They had that. Also, they have Navarone. A lot of people remember this restaurant. It's on Higgins and Oakton in Elk Grove Village. Also, Pier 100. It was like that was located at 100 East Prospect Avenue in Mount Prospect. Okay. Let's see what's else. I hope I didn't miss anything. Okay. They had Floyd's. A lot of people remember Floyd's. That's located in Carpentersville, Illinois. Also, Chef Alberto's. I can't read it's on 1200 North Lakeshore Drive. Wan Cow Restaurant. That's in Chinatown. They had that. Also, Sherwood Castle in Lyons, Illinois. That's 8030 Ogden Avenue. I remember this place. It's like a castle. Next one is the Ark. A lot of people in the Glenview area and north side remember this restaurant very well. They had roast turkey. They had Thanksgiving. They had roast turkey or London broil, baked trout for $5.75. Yeah, not bad. Also, the John Evans Inn that's in Crystal Lake, and the last one is the Brown Bear up in the north side, Rogers Park or Edgewater. And it says here, so That was located at 6318 North Clark Street. Okay. Well, that went pretty well. All right. Now I'm going to read the second page. Okay, let's see what we got. Look at that. Okay. They had Thanksgiving dinner at Holiday Inns in O'Hare, Highland Park, Evanston, Melrose Park. At Otto's restaurant, that's in Forest Park. The address was 7212 Washington Boulevard. I remember that. Stouffer's in Oakbrook. There was a Stouffer's downtown. Yeah, but I remember the one in Oakbrook. Also, the Sherwood Forest Inn. That was at Irving Park in Cumberland. Let's see what we got. And this might be Greek. I don't know. Androns. It's in Wheeling. Like that. Menard's Black Steer. That was at 6446 West North Avenue. That's like Narragansett. Also, the Milk Pail. You remember that place? It's at Highway 22 up north, like that. Between Elgin and Dundee, like that. All right, and let's see what else. Sorrento's Ranch, that was on Route 64 at St. Charles Road. Okay. The last one I'm going to say is Town and Country. Now, Town and Country, there were, I think, 2 locations. Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Yes. There was one in the Expressway at 1500 West North Avenue by the Kennedy Expressway, and the other one was at 5970 North Ridge, and between Peterson and Clark in the Rogers Park neighborhood. They had a Thanksgiving dinner, $5.45, and you get everything like that. Next one is Villa Olivia on Lake Street in Bartlett. Okay, the last 2, here is Chateau Louise. That was located at West Dundee, about Route 31, 1 mile north of Northwest Tollway. And the last one is a restaurant that we all miss, especially on Northsiders, is DeLeo's. So it says here, according to the menu, that they had join us for a Thanksgiving dinner, roast ducklings, stuffed boneless bread, a la capon, also served turkey dinners. And it was located at 5700 North Central. Oh, I always wanted to go to this place. I heard the food was fantastic, wonderful. And it's a shame that it closed. It really is. Nothing can replace that. Okay, so that's it. Whew, that was nice. So, like I said before, I never eaten out at a restaurant. I think someday I will. Things are going, but there are places that are open today. You could dine, but you have to make reservations. I think that's being wise. You can't just go there and walk in. It wouldn't work. Probably won't have no table. So you might as well go home and find something in the house to eat. Like that. Okay. So that's it for this program. I'll do a recap of what I talked about. I talked about my Thanksgiving memories, growing up as a child in Chicago. Also, I wrote off 3 ads that featured restaurants no longer existed for Thanksgiving dinners. Excuse me. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever podcasts are available. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Good Pods, probably iHeartRadio, whatever apps you have, just tap on them, tap following. You'll receive notifications and the latest podcast episodes. Also, it'll be shared on my blog, www.vanchicagoland.blog. You can click on the link. It'll take you right there. Also, it'll be on my YouTube channel. Again and again, people ask me, where do I find your podcast? Where do I find your podcast? Find it on YouTube. Do a search, Van Chicagoland Stories, or the podcast, or my name, Pete Costanes. Tap subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. You can listen to the latest episodes. Or latest episode, that is, or the previous episodes which I recorded. They're all there, all 385. Listen anytime, any day, whatever you like. Also, be shared on my social media accounts: Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Threads. What's the other one? Instagram and TikTok. You can click on the links or copy them and paste them, on your computer. So you can listen to them. Someone posted a picture the other day, and this woman was listening in her car. I think it's CarPlay. That was nice. It's happened before. How nice. You can listen at your TV set if you have streaming. If you have Spotify, the app, you can listen or watch. Well, you don't have to watch. You just listen. You can do that. Modern technology is wonderful. Okay. So this is Pete Costanza, your host for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me today. Today's not a bad day. I will do another podcast this weekend, Thanksgiving weekend. We'll see what we talk about. Christmas is too early. Some people put the tree ups. They're listening to Christmas music. Kind of early for me. I don't know. Because it should be the day after Thanksgiving. That's when you traditionally start. For me, I don't know. It feels funny, like that. Okay, so here's bye-bye for me, and here's Ray Rayner with a little traveling music saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone. Everyone have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.